There are many stories out there. Yeah. People claiming to have found her, people claiming to have known, people saying all kinds of things.
Now, I'm getting ready to burst y'all bubble in a little bit with what I'm going to say, because I warned you. I warned you in the first video how these videos gave me pause, especially because this is the family of Whitney Houston. Okay. But what I got to say about Whitney Houston's daughter, I'm telling y'all, it's gonna blow your mind. So just watch this. The reason why I call this a bait investigation is because I'm listening to Oprah Winfrey's choice of questioning, and it's giving me pause because I'm trying to figure out why you're asking her these types of questions. Because to me, these types of questions are the types of questions that an investigator would be looking for, or listening for, or paying attention to. I'm going to point it out as best I can.
Can you tell us what happened?
Now, mind you, the family didn't have to talk to Oprah. I'm just letting y'all know the family did not have to talk to Oprah. The only people the family had to talk to were the police. Pat Houston is the only other family member, I believe, besides her brother, that was there. And y'all just watch the clip.
It was a usual day. You know, it was the Clive's Grammy party that Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all hear whose party it was that night? Clive Davis. It was Clive Davis's party. Just thought I'd mention that.
Just her having lunch.
She had lunch at the hotel?
She had lunch at the
hotel? Y'all pay attention to when I stop and I say stuff.
Hotel upstairs.
Mm-hmm. Were you in the same hotel?
In the same hotel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just
down the hall.
Were you in the same hotel? Pay attention to Oprah's questions, okay? Were you in the same hotel? She said, yes, same hotel.
All
on the lower level, next floor. We're usually on.
Were you on the same floor? And she says, no, we're usually on the same floor. But why was it different this time? I just want to rewind right quick because I really want y'all to pay attention to Oprah's line of questioning.
The hotel upstairs.
Mm-hmm. Were you in the same hotel?
In the same hotel. Mm-hmm. You know, just
down the hall.
On the lower level, next floor. We're usually on the same floor, but you know, this time we're on a different floor.
I think that's very significant that Pat Houston said that usually her and Whitney Houston are on the same floor. And Pat Houston was Whitney Houston's manager. For those of you who don't know, she was her manager. Okay. And she said this particular day or this particular weekend was different because they were not on the same level. And I think this was done intentionally. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
But I was working in my room and decided I needed to go pick up something pertaining to the party. And
the party that night.
The party that night.
Damn. The party that night? What other party is she talking about, Oprah? Did she say anything about another party? When she started off the conversation, she was saying it was Clive's party that night. Okay. Did she mention another party after that? Why do you feel the need to ask her that? Pay attention.
The Clive party. Mary checked on her before she left.
Mary is her assistant.
Why you feel the need to throw that in there, Oprah? I mean, why you feel the need to throw that in there? I mean, listen, I understand journalism, reporting, and all this other shit, okay? But damn, Oprah, you ain't leaving no stone unturned. And another thing I noticed that Oprah Winfrey loves to look at the camera. I wonder why she looks at the camera so much. Sometimes it's right when she asks a question, right after she asked the question, right before she asks the question. She's always looking at the camera, okay? Like she talking to somebody. That's weird to me. But
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am too.
As I got closer and I turned the corner, and Mary's at the door and she's screaming.
Dropped to her knees.
Dropped to her knees saying, "Oh my God."
And you knew something had
I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what.
And so you didn't run, you just.
No, I was just numb. I just walked.
did anybody see her look over at the camera? Did anybody notice Oprah looking over at the camera? I mean, I guess.
I walked. I told her to dial 911.
I mean, that right there is a sign of hurry. To me, this is just me. So Oprah don't look annoyed right here, irritated or frustrated, as if time is of the essence. I'm just pointing out what I see. Okay, it's gonna play again so you can see it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am too.
As I got closer
Mm.
and I turned.
What the hell? To me, that's like it could be a sigh of relief, a sign of impatience. I'm just saying.
In the corner, and Mary's at the door and she's screaming.
Dropped to her knees.
Dropped to her knees saying, "Oh my God."
And you knew something had
I knew something was wrong. I didn't know.
Let me go to this other one. The whole thing.
Dropped to her knees.
Dropped to her knees saying, "Oh my God."
And you knew something had
I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what.
And so you didn't run, you just.
No, I was just numb. I just walked. I walked. I told her to dial 911.
Like, I don't
I'm sorry.
understand. Like, and I think that's how Pat took it as well, because she apologizing. I'm just saying, y'all, that looks like when someone does something like what Oprah just did, where she sighs and looks up as if, oh my gosh, hurry up and get it out. Obviously, Pat took it the same way because she's looking at Oprah and saying, "I'm sorry." That's the sign of impatience right there. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all.
Yeah, I am too.
She's crying. I believe that Oprah is crying because she is feeling through Pat. That's what I'm getting from that. That she's crying because she is absorbing. Remember that? She is absorbing the emotions of Pat. When you absorb, you kind of take things into yourself. And if Pat is feeling grief right now, then that is what Oprah would be feeling in the moment. But Oprah doesn't get a pass with me for this, because I know that Oprah is very aware of emotional manipulation. That's what I know. And sometimes the only way to get information is to seem supportive, create the illusion of support. And you do have people who do this. They create the illusion that they are supportive in order to garnish whatever it is that they're seeking. I don't get that in this interview Oprah was more concerned about the emotional health, but I do feel like she was anxious to know what transpired for some reason from Pat.
As I got closer,
There go to Sai. This would mean the second time. This is the second time that Oprah's done that. As if she's very impatient with this interview. As if she's very impatient with the circumstances of this interview. That is what I'm getting.
and I turned the corner, and Mary's at the door, and she's screaming.
Dropped to her knees.
Dropped to her knees, saying, "Oh my God."
And you knew something
I
happened.
knew something was wrong. I didn't know what.
And so you didn't run, you just...
No, I was just numb. I just walked. I walked. I told her to dial 911.
Okay, I know
sorry.
y'all saw that. I know y'all saw it.
Yeah, I am too.
As I got closer, and I turned the corner, and Mary's at the door, and she's screaming.
Dropped to her knees.
Dropped to her knees, saying, "Oh my God."
And you knew something happened.
I knew something was wrong. I didn't know what.
And so you didn't run, you just...
No, I was just numb. I just walked. I walked. I told her to dial 911. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I am too.
As I got closer, and I turned the corner, and Mary's at the door, and she's screaming. Oh my God. I told her to stop. I said, "Calm down, please. Just calm down." Calm down, without even seeing anything. When I got into the room, I saw my brother, Ray,
Security
trying
guard.
to.
Oh my gosh. I mean, why are you pointing out that her brother's name is Ray? She said she saw her brother. She didn't say Ray or nobody else, Oprah. Here you go with your interjections again. It's not enough for her. It's not enough for Pat to say she saw her brother. Now she got to go into, oh, I saw Ray. Oprah's like, Ray, your brother, a security guard. I mean, I kind of got to wonder, like, Oprah seems to be one of those people who doesn't, like I said, doesn't leave no, she leaves no stone unturned, okay? You cannot leave specks in your statements with her, even if you're grieving, because she will interject with a filler, if you will, to which you will either validate or correct. This is interesting to me about this lady.
Security Ray, my brother, trying to revive her to the point of exhaustion. And I called his name. I said, "Ray." Paramedics was coming in at that point. I said, "Ray, let it go." They asked him to move. He was on his knees. He said, "I tried." He was so out of breath. I felt so badly for him. So badly for him. I'm sorry.
She was trying to fight back tears. Pat was trying to fight back tears. Like, this is the whole interview. I'm not going to play the whole interview. Y'all go watch it. But I wanted to point that out to y'all, what I noticed about Oprah.
Just her having lunch.
She had lunch at the hotel?
She had lunch at the hotel upstairs.
First question. She had lunch at the hotel? Watch the next question.
Were you in the same hotel?
In the same
Were you in the same hotel?
hotel, you know, just
Down the hall?
Down the hall? Like, It's not enough for her to say that she was in the same hotel. Oprah got to follow up. Well, okay, were you on the same floor? What the?
On the lower level, next floor. We're usually on the same floor, but this time we were on a different floor. But I was working in my room and decided I needed to go pick up something pertaining to the party. And
The party that night, the Clive party?
That night, the Clive party. Mary checked on her before she left.
Mary is her assistant.
Damn.
She checked on her before she left. We were gone no more than 30, 35 minutes.
There are many stories.
Now, let me stop this real quick. And I want to go to the whole video. Because I'm about to go in on you, Oprah. Give me one. So we're about to watch this clip real quick of Bobby Christina. Now, what I want y'all to do is to pay attention to how Bobby Christina comes up to Oprah. Watch Oprah's mannerisms with Bobby Christina. That's what I want y'all to do. Think about what I just said about how somebody may feel like and watch this.
Well, there she is. We're talking about you. Hello, lovely one. How are you? How are you? Good. You're good.
Another thing I want to point out is that I did notice that Oprah seems to be a little bit more accommodating, if you will, or perceptionally welcoming and comforting to young adults and kids.
You're doing okay.
You're doing okay. That's what everybody wants to know is how.
That's what everybody wants to know is how you're doing.
How are you doing?
Me, I'm getting through it, I'm doing.
Listen to Bobby Christina's responses. Pay attention to her mannerisms. Watch what she's doing non-verbally, please. And watch what Oprah is doing non-verbally, please.
As good as I possibly can.
First of all, why is Oprah still holding or, keeping Bobby Christina in place, so to speak? She got one hand on Bobby Christina's shoulder. The other hand is on her other arm as if she's in a position of control. That's all I'm going to say.
At this point. Doing as good as I possibly can.
I'm sorry, but Bobby Christina's mannerisms seem off. It seems like she has high anxiety for some reason. And this gives me pause with the way Oprah is standing in front of her and holding her shoulder. Y'all already hugged. Why are you holding her shoulder? Like, why do you have this stance with her is my question.
Just trying to keep going.
Some days harder than others.
Very much so. Very much so.
Can you let her, excuse me, Oprah, can you let her shoulder go? This is awkward to me. Is this not awkward to anybody else? Why is she, what is this? Like, and Bobby Christina, it doesn't seem to me like she's comfortable. She's something's weird here.
I gotta keep going.
What's getting you through it?
My family and the Lord and her. Just hearing her all the time. That's really it.
Hearing her in your head. I was wondering, I was wondering.
Oh, goodness. Pay attention, y'all.
If her music would be comforting to you because, the whole world gets the legacy of her music and her videos and we get to see it.
Yeah.
And, just for myself, who was, a distant friend, I can look at it sometimes and sometimes I can't. Is it the same for you?
For me, it's
Does that comfort you or not?
So why does it seem to me like she's trying to... I'm trying to find the right word for this. So she asked her a question, and Bobby Christina is trying to give an answer. And once again, Oprah Winfrey interjects and says,
For you?
For me, it's
Does that comfort you or not?
she's trying to answer the question, Oprah, and it seems like you want her to skip the shenanigans and get straight to the answer with the question you follow up with. Can she answer the question first? You asked her a question, give her a chance to answer it. She's trying to answer it. We're going to watch it again.
The whole world gets the legacy of her music and her videos, and we get to see it.
Yeah.
And, just for myself, who was, a distant friend, I can look at it sometimes and sometimes I can't. Is it the same for you?
For me, it's
Does that comfort you or not?
I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say.
I can sing her music, but to hear it right now,
Can't.
I can't. To hear it, I can hear her voice, in spirit talking to me and telling me, keep moving, baby. I'm right here. I got you. But
I got you.
listening,
That's what she said all the time.
Yeah. She's always with me. I can always feel her. I can always feel her with me.
Is that what you hear in your head? I've got you. Yeah.
That's all I hear. That's all I hear. She always told me, she always asked me.
So y'all don't see what's happening here? I mean, am I the only one? I could be. I could be the only one that sees what's going on here. This would be the equivalent of I hate to use the word controlled, but this comes off to me like it's scripted. I don't feel like Bobby Christina is very comfortable with this interview. Oprah's asking her questions and she seems very nervous. And I understand that she had just lost her daughter. She had just lost her mother. But judging by the way that Oprah gave her such a big hug when she first came in, you would think that would be a sign of, oh, okay, I'm comfortable with this. This is Oprah. But this interview comes off kind of intimidating to me, where Bobby Christina, for some reason in her mind, was extremely paranoid or anxious about the things she was saying. She was stuttering. She's looking all over the place. It's like she couldn't get her words together, get her sentences together. She's repeating. I'm getting ahead of myself, but paying attention so far to Bobby Christina's behavior, it does not look to me like she's comfortable. And Oprah is not, either she's not picking up on the cues or she's fully aware and she's making sure that the line of questioning and the responses flow appropriately. That's what I would say. They're flowing appropriately. I don't feel like Bobby Christina is herself, being herself, expressing in her own way. I feel like there might be some pressure. There may have been some pressure here with this interview. It may have been tailored or fixed. That is what I'm feeling here. Oprah Winfrey and her mannerisms with Bobby Christina is really throwing me off. I really don't like it. But let me keep going.
Do you need me? Do you need me? And I caught myself one day. Out of nowhere. I didn't even know I said it, but out of nowhere I said, I always need you. And then I thought back and I was like, she always asked me, do you need me?
Why? What's wrong?
And that just came out of my mouth. I always need you. I always need you.
Wow. And I'm
Okay, why is she scratching? What is wrong? I want to know what's wrong with her. To me, she's highly anxious for some reason. Why is she so nervous? Scratching your head, scratching your face, looking around, wobbling from side to side, those are all non-verbal behaviors for someone who is uncomfortable, paranoid, anxious. And not one time did Oprah pick up on the cues, at least not from what I see, because she never once asked her if she was nervous. Did she have any anxiety? Was she still grieving? She didn't answer any of that. And it may have been a situation where, once again, Oprah was not circumstantially supportive, but more topic focused. Because I do not like the way Bobby Christina is looking in this interview.
sure that, like with everybody who loses a loved one, that it comes in waves, that you could be perfectly fine one day, and then the slightest thing puts you right back there, right?
Yeah, it does. It comes in waves. 1 minute, I could be laughing and happy
Here it come.
and this and that, but
Here it
then
come.
it'll come over me like,
It's coming.
it's my mom. I gotta, start crying, deal with it. And
What? Is anybody listening to Bobby Christina talk? I'm not feeling the authenticity here. I am not. There is something really off about this interview. And Oprah's reactions give me pause.